Yo, my name is DK. Now, let me ask you something. Do you have a build? Is it Dookie Cheeks? Can you barely kill someone? No worries. I'm gonna go over today on how to make a simple rifle build. So, let's get into it. This build that I have with the Ravenous has 55% critical hit chance and 205 critical hit damage. Don't believe me? Here's the numbers. Now, here's the thing about it. Classic M1A, exact same stats as the Ravenous. Now, here's the thing about this build. Hits like a tank, but you get dropped like a fly. I'm not even gonna cap. Perfect Glass Cannon and Perfect Vigilance are my two choices. Now, here's Perfect Glass Cannon, and here is Perfect Vigilance. With this build, you can use any and all rifles you want. I'm going to go ahead and showcase my personal favorites. Now let's get to the numbers. Alright, the Ravenous is coming in first because, well, favorite weapon. Here are my stats on the guns, and I'm not even going to lie. Hits like a tank, that bonus armor can save your life, but because of Glass Cannon, that bonus armor is pretty much non-existent. Here is the talent of the gun. This is why I get bonus armor and I cause that explosion. Few little things. Obviously the RPM on the gun is much higher than how I'm shooting in here. I'm just pretty much showing you the numbers, showing you how much damage it does per bullet. In this case, it's for every 2 bullets. The Ravenous shoots 2 bullets at once. Now, since we're over here with my favorite one, we're also going to go ahead and show off my second favorite one. So, moving on. The Diamondback. Great recoil, heavy hitting, truck-like weapon. Absolutely love it. Looks amazing, feels great. Ammo count, garbo, reload time, iffy. But, overall, good gun. Now, the only reason I'm showing off this gun right now with this build is just because, well, it's a very hard-hitting rifle. Same thing will go for the Virginian. Now, here's the thing about this one. I am currently working on a specific Diamondback build. So it's going to consist of mostly critical hit damage and headshot damage. Reason being, the Diamondback comes with headshot damage and it prospers off of critical hit damage. So, moving on to the next weapon. The Merciless is up next. Phenomenal weapon. Hits pretty fast, pretty hard, binary trigger, very fun to play with. That explosive damage, great for destroying armor. Chungas, no issues. Because of glass, you'll get torn apart, so play careful. The thing I will say about this weapon in particular, the binary trigger will get killed if you do not know how to use it. So if you decide to use it, please go to the shooting range, practice it a little bit, get the hang of it, and take it out. Very good gun. I enjoy it. Now here's the classic M1A. Now the classic M1A that I have has health damage and boomerang, so it prospers more on taking on reds or enemies with no armor, and chungas whenever they have a broken chest piece or helmet, anything. But overall, very good gun. I believe it is one of the hardest hitting rifles in the game. Pretty decent fire rate at that. You can control your fire very well. Overall, great gun. Only other thing I have to add to the classic M1A is just the slow fire rate. Slow fire rate is a bit of an issue, but because of the slower fire rate, hits like a truck. So try to focus headshots, and with something that has slower RPM, I find to use stuff like riot foam a little bit more useful. Reason being, you keep them still, they don't shoot at you, you get a few cheap shots in there, if you will. That's all I gotta say about the M1A, so moving on to the next weapon. The next one that I'm gonna go ahead and show you is going to be the lightweight M4. The lightweight M4 hits pretty damn good, and what I really like about it is the stability with the faster fire rate. Now, like I said, showcase purposes, I'm shooting a little bit slower for you, but overall, lightweight M4, fast firing weapon, hits pretty decent. Hey, I like it. Very good gun. Would recommend it if you do not like slower shooting RPM weapons. Now, let's go ahead and get on to the next weapon, shall we? Alright, here we go. The M1A CQB. Very good gun. hits a little bit harder than the lightweight M4, hits a little bit less harder than the classic M1A, but still nonetheless hits pretty hard. I like it, and the reason that I am including this one and comparing it to both the lightweight M4 and the classic M1A is the fire rate. I really like the fire rate on this one as well. Smaller mag, but smaller mags, more damage. This one hits pretty hard, very nice RPM, and pretty damn good stability. So me personally, I enjoy this gun as well. Like I said, will hit harder than the lightweight M4, but that ammo count could get you killed if you don't land your shots. So if you're a little bit inaccurate, I recommend something with a bigger clip. Now, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next weapon. Alright, the last one I'm gonna go ahead and show off is going to be the Virginian. Now, this gun is a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. The only thing that I will say that has a big downside besides the reload time, in my opinion, is going to be none other than the attachments. All the other weapons that I have shown, like the classic M1A, the M1A CQB, lightweight M4, they have all been able to get attachments. This one only has one attachment, and well, it's not fun. Doesn't increase crit chance or crit damage, so you have to be very specific with this gun. Still, I wanted to include it just because it hits very hard. I enjoy this gun, but it's not my top choice. If you want a challenge, play with this one. Now let's go ahead and get a little bit into the build. I rock a 3-piece Providence, the Fox's Prayer knee pads, a Walker Harris, and a Grupo Sombra. Now, if you do not want to rock Glass Cannon or Vigilance, here are going to be a few alternatives. Alright, Obliterate is going to be the next one. Obliterate can pretty much give you classic Glass Cannon, but you have to land your critical hits in a row. Hope for the best pretty much. High crit chance, higher chance of you capping out. Overwatch is going to be the second one I would recommend. Reason being, you can get in cover, increase your damage and your team's damage. Great for synergy. Other than that, pretty good alternative. You're not going to take increased damage, but you're still going to deal some extra damage. Last one, Unbreakable. Great one to have. You can deal with a little bit less damage, that's fine. But this one will give you a second life. Have a little bit more survivability, and well, that second life, you get a second shot. So if you mucked up once, don't muck up the second time until your Unbreakable's already reprocced. Alright, cool. Now let's get over to backpack talents. First one, Unstoppable Force. Great one to have. Now, do keep in mind, this one isn't going to proc like the other few talents I'm about to show you, but this one will proc whenever you kill enemies. So remember, this one is based on kills. Moving on to Companion, I like this one. Many of the times you're going to find yourself close to other teammates anyways, so hey, why not benefit from it, you know? So, rock a bit of Companion, stay close to your teammates, get a bit of damage. Last one, Composure. I love this talent. Put this one up with Overwatch, or you could go with Brace for a bit of weapon handling, and there you go. You got yourself a great backpack talent. Now, the reason that I would recommend this one is because if you're going to be in cover already because of Overwatch, why not put on a bit of Composure? It's going to be constant damage rather than when you get shot, it deactivates for 4 or 3 seconds. So, bit of a better choice if you want constant damage. I think that's pretty much it. I don't really have anything else much to say, so now we're just going to go ahead and move on to the final segment of my videos. So this is going to be where I'm going to go ahead and show you what the build is like out in the field. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. I'm not just going to show the pretty things, show off the numbers. Wow. No, I don't want to go ahead and give you a delusional build. I want to show you what this build does and what happens when you use this specific build that I have with Glass and Vigilance. So, you're going to see me get dropped a few times, but you're going to see me drop a few enemies. So, hope you've enjoyed this video, and that's it from me. I hope you enjoy the action cut.